Hey everyone, Tin Man here with a sweet brew based on a Praxis token list. The Praxis token deck that runs, Xenan, Obelisk, Rally, Assembly Line, Trailmakers, stuff like that. But I decided to add a little bit of a small twist to it. We added in a third color, actually, Justice, to add in Stand Together and Great Parliament, which are cards I think actually pair really well with the token strategy, especially Stand Together with Assembly Line. I think is an interesting synergy that I want to try out, that I haven't really seen too many other people try to explore that kind of space. Additionally, we are also getting to use one of the newest cards that just came out today, just came out yesterday, in fact, because I only have two of them, Brenn, Chronicler of Ages. I think this card actually is very interesting in this type of deck. It's a good body for its stats. It's 1/3 is perfect for buffing up with Stand Togethers, Obelisks, Rallies, etc. But he also provides... You do want to be playing a lot of spells in this deck, right? You've got Assembly Line, you've got Stand Together, Great Parliament, and the extra power for the whole turn can really help you to go over the top with Xenan Obelisk, especially, to hit that 8 power limit. So I don't really know if this deck is all that great, but we're going to give it a go, run it right into ranked, and let's find out together how good this deck can be. I think the core concepts definitely allow it to at least be competitive. Maybe it's not a tier 1 deck, maybe it's not meta breaking, and it's definitely not a refined list, because if Brenn is actually a good card, which I'm kind of theory crafting it to be, we're going to want to have more than 2, obviously. However, due to the way that they structure releasing promos, is that you can only get 1 per day for the first 4 days that they're out. And since that just released yesterday, well, I can only have 2. That being said, I'm looking forward to trying to tinker with this like Praxis token rally type deck. I really do like Rally. It's my favorite card in all of Eternal. And shell like this is very interesting to me. Okay, so here we've got an opening hand that is a touch slow just because it has a depleted power that enters play on turn 1. But in all honesty, okay, we play Grenadin drone on turn 2. Then I'm not really missing out on turn 2 of anything because I don't have a 2-drop. Then I got a good 3, a good 4. Yeah, I'll keep this, especially since we're going first. We're not really that hard up for, for tempo since we are going first. Another Great Parliament. That's probably one of our better cards to have, since we do have 4 power. We have 3 plus the Ember Acolyte. Yeah, sure, I'll keep that on top. That could run into a bit of problem if he's able to clear both my Grenadin drones on turn 3. But doesn't appear to be the case. He played a Diplomatic Seal for Shadow, but nothing to follow up. So perhaps this is it's an Argenport deck. Okay. Yeah, not a big deal. I can live with Argenport decks. So we'll just go pick up... doesn't really matter. We've got all of our colors. We've got all of our influence requirements. Does not matter in the slightest what we pick up here. So next turn is looking like a Xenan Obelisk turn to allow us to attack with everything. Unless he plays something like an Unseen Commando. Vara's Favor is a touch annoying. Do I double block here and then just play a Great Parliament? I don't think so. I think I still hold true to the strategy of play Xenan Obelisk and then hold back one guy and attack with the other one. Since Seed of Impulse will always enter play undepleted, since I have a Sigil, Combrei Banner might not if he is able to wipe my board. I'll play the Combrei Banner first, and then Xenan Obelisk. And I'm just going to attack with one because I want to hold the other one back to trade. If he wants to use a spot removal spell like Slay or something to get through, I'm totally okay with that because he's spot removing, half of my 1-drop as opposed to spot removing a big old Great Parliament token. But I'm definitely, this hand, it's a touch slow compared to something like a Tavrod, if he's going to be putting out a Tavrod in a turn or 2, or even, and then, has removals for the 2 owls I've got. Because really this hand just has 2 5/5 flyers, and then it's kind of running on empty. We've got 6 power, which is, generally you kind of want to have like 4 power or 8 power. And to have 6 is kind of the unhappy medium in between those two. But, you know, we could always top deck Trailmakers or Initiative Sands to kind of skyrocket us up to that 8 power mark a little bit sooner. He's definitely deep in the tank here. He might be short on a second Justice. You know, maybe not able to play an Unseen Commando or something. Definitely deep in the tank, though. We'll see what he comes up with, if anything. Okay. My opponent just disconnect or left the game for some reason. You know, sometimes real life stuff comes up. Alright then. Same logic as last turn. We'll play the banner first. Play the Parliament and pass. Not sure what happened there. My opponent appears to be back. Unfortunate. My opponent kind of skipped his turn 3. I mean, to be fair, if he didn't have anything, what was he going to do with that turn, right? Like, it doesn't seem very profitable to attack this into my guy. Ooh, I was going to play the Great Parliament, but this makes so much more sense, right? Assembly line into Alluring Ember. Play a whole bunch of 2/2s. And don't forget to play our power, since we want to be ramping up to 8 as fast as possible. Not only for Great Parliament, but also for Xenan Obelisk. So now a critical decision comes up if we top deck a power, right? Let's just say we top deck a seat or a sigil or a banner or whatever. We might want to hold off on Great Parliament for a turn because we can guaranteed hit the 8, right? We can guaranteed hit 8 next turn. Is that even relevant, though? Or should I just play Great Parliament right now so I can attack with the owl? The 6/6 owl next turn. I don't think it's relevant because I think the +1/+1 on the Xenan Obelisk is going to kind of outweigh whatever, you know, outweigh the benefit of waiting too many turns. Especially he's got a Tavra that I can't really deal with. Let's just play the Great Parliament, get another flyer, and then, you know, he's going to attack in with Tavrad. And then we're going to play our 8th power and hopefully be able to swing for a win. Bloodletter is going to make that a lot harder. Ouch. So he's going to gain 9, go up to 23. No blocks on that. Take it. So we've got, he can block 2 guys on the ground. He takes 3, 6, 9, 12, 18. So we're 5 damage short. So 6 damage short. So we're gonna need to draw another Xenan Obelisk or Well, so now if I A-space, he, once again, you know, blocks 2 of them, takes the 18. But then I, like, die on the backswing? I guess I don't actually die. I die to an Inquisitor's Blade. But I don't think he didn't find a weapon off Tavrad, right? He just straight up discarded 5 cards, yeah. He might still have an Inquisitor's Blade, which kind of gives me pause and wants to hold back the 3/3. 3/3 flyer, sorry. Or I can just attack in with, I could go the safe route and just attack with the 6/6, but that's not really a winning strategy. It's only a winning strategy if he has actually nothing. Which he probably does, but I think it's a losing strategy if I attack with everybody and then he has anything. This way we'll play around an Inquisitor's Blade, an Unseen Commando, and another Bloodletter. Damn. Okay. Pretty much no way around that second Bloodletter. I don't see a way out of this. He's just going to gain way too much life. If we had top decked, you know, another Xenan Obelisk or Praxis Displacer or something last turn, we might have had a shot. So now he can block 3 things. He blocks here, Blocks here, blocks here. He takes 15. And then we're dead. We had that last turn. If that was the top card of our deck last turn instead, we would have definitely won this game. But gaining 12 is a little bit tough to race. I think we can just attack with 8/8 again. Hope to... I don't know. This is a losing fight against all this. He probably has a Slay plus Inquisitor's Blade. Valk Enforcer, Inquisitor's Blade. 8/8 Bloodletter, okay. That'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, that I kind of anticipated that coming up. You know, I said we were going to be a little bit slow against a Tavrod there, and even though our opponent kind of missed out on one of his turns, I mean, we had the chance to win there, but you know, 3 Bloodletters back to back to back. That'll do in any kind of aggro deck that doesn't get him dead right away. We did have a couple draws there on that turn 8. You know, I said we're going to be 6 damage short. We could have found another Xenan Obelisk. A Praxis Displacer would have been quite strong. An Obliterate obviously would just win on the spot. A Rally. You know, a lot of those were good options. Instead, we drew a 9th power, which wasn't very helpful. Oh well. Let's see. This hand is, you know, it's very short on power, so we're gonna redraw that. This hand is quite heavy on power, and quite low on sources that come into play undepleted. That might be a problem with this deck. Doesn't have a lot of undepleted power, but drawing that Grenadin drone helps a lot to make all of these undepleted. Let's see. Do I want this torch against Argenport? Yes. Yes, I do. Crown Watch. Okay, so I'm going to play the Grenadin drone and then play my banner out so I can leave open torch as a fast spell. If I had played the banner first, then obviously I don't have torch available. Hopefully he just plays like Unseen Commando and we get him. Bloodletter. It's not what I was hoping for. Bloodletter's doing us in here. It's been a very good card in all of these matches. All of these 2 matches, that is. That's alright. As long as he doesn't follow it up with 2 more in a row. And even then, you know, he just gains 5 here, but then, you know, I can outrace this eventually with the Xenan Obelisk and a Rally. Something along those lines. Since I'm probably going to want to torch this thing, I think I'd rather play the Combrei banner first. Let's go, well, obviously Combrei banner over Waystone, but I think, I'd rather play Assembly Line and then torch. And then, so we can still get him for 5 here. We can take another 5 on the ground. I don't care. He doesn't have that much. He doesn't have very much burn like we do. And then, how much does Rally get us next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Fortunately, that's hit both of his. So he's gonna block 1 on there, so that means I can't quite kill him this turn with that. So let's just play the Obelisk. And then I don't think I can attack in with everybody. Because he would block 1, take 1, 2, 3, 4. So like basically this guy blocking negates 3 of them, and he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's out 10 damage, which is quite substantial. But I have to hold a guy back to be able to block on the ground, otherwise I'm just dead. Alright, let's play Crest, see what we got coming up. Don't want that. I can deal 8 net for throwing away 1 guy. That seems to be worth it. But then I lose to a spot removal, so I can do 6 net, because I have to hold back 2 guys. Still worth it. Still worth it, I believe. Let's hold back 2 of them. And then we'll have to chump block some the Crown Watch here. If he just A spaces, he gains 5, goes up to 22. Runehammer hurts our case. Yeah. He's up to 23. And I only have 20 damage, so I need another 3 damage here. Did not find it, unfortunately. A torch or another rally. Or I guess really only those ones would have got us there. Very close, but could not quite get there because Bloodletter gained him that extra 5 right at the start. All right, let's give one more game on this. I think some changes I might want to make on this is maybe add a little bit more undepleted power sources right off the bat. You know, we've drawn a lot of these hands that just have all depleted power sources. Like this hand looks fine if power was coming into play untapped. I guess it's not a big deal once again because I can, you know, turn 2 Grenadin drone, turn 3 assembly line, turn 4 these obelisks. So sure, I'll keep it. Let's play the Crest first. Stand Together is not really what I'm looking for. Not with this hand, but it's a good card with our current hand setup. We also might want to add in a bit more units and a little less payoffs, right? So we've got a lot of obelisks and Stand Togethers, and maybe not quite as many token generators as I'd really like. Or maybe just our draws haven't lined up as well as you'd think they should. Just sent that one to the bottom, and we drew it again anyway. Classic shuffler. Anyway, so it looks like we're up against Felm, which I gotta say is not my preferred matchup. You know, Hailstorm is definitely a card, but actually, it looks like we're up against maybe like a Scream deck of some sort. Not entirely sure. So now the argument is between Trailmaker and Assembly Line. Trailmaker ensures that I have a good play next turn, whether that be Stand Together or Xenan Obelisk. Whereas Assembly Line is kind of like the, you know, risky play. I could either have a very bad next turn if I draw a spell, if I play Assembly Line, or I could have a very good turn if I draw a power and I'm able to cast the Obelisk. Then I have the best possible turn. You know, that's kind of a high risk, high reward play. Whereas the Trailmaker is a little safer. I think given the current state of my hand, I'm okay going a little bit safer. Let's play the Trailmaker, grab our Justice, and get in there. Logic behind that is really that I'm not positive that my opponent's on a Scream deck. He might still be on a control deck that's turning Hailstorm. No, he's not. But at the time, I wasn't positive. And I thought, okay, maybe I don't want to commit all of my tokens into that, into a possible Hailstorm right there. Now that I know he's not on that, this actually works out quite well. This works out even better than I thought, actually, because we have the Torch available now to kill this guy. Let's just play the Assembly Line and attack in. And then we'll hold open the Torch. And then next turn, depending on what we draw, we'll either play Obelisk or Stand Together. I think I'll just torch this if he attacks right now with it. Looks like he probably will, unless he hits a discard into a Haunting Scream. Discards Madness. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a really great tempo right here, actually. And now that I'm thinking about it, actually Stand Together is probably a better first play compared to Xenan Obelisk. I know it's less mana efficient. But it actually insulates us against a Vicious Highwayman, which would really mess up our game plan. Since that is our play, and he didn't attack, he didn't force the Torch out of us, I think I'd rather hold back the Torch. So that I can still deploy it on future turns. If I was locked into playing Obelisk, you know, I didn't have Stand Together, I would have just Torched there for mana efficiency. That being said, it looks like we should just main phase the Stand Together. I guess we should play the Crest of Impulse first, just to check out what's going on. Obliterate. Sign me up. Yeah, let's just play... Actually, I think I'm just going to A-Space first. He's probably going to want to trade the Champion of Fury for Trailmaker. And I'd rather do that and keep my Torch available as opposed to losing one of my mana. And we even get him for the good value here. He thinks we don't have a stand together, which we do. So, able to get him for extra value, force him to trade with the Grenadin. Yeah, this game just seems over. You know, we can torch him, and then Obliterate, and the Xenan Obelisk, and all that kind of fun stuff. So, not too shabby. I mean, we went 1 and 2. Both of our losses were really to Bloodletter, was the card that really did us in. So I guess if you're seeing a lot of Bloodletters in the meta, maybe it's not the best time to try it. Unfortunately, I did not get to test out Brenn all that much, but I'll be continuing to try this build as I get more Brenns over the next couple days. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.